watching eUnited since Tristan has taken the roster, Ajax and Wonder Mike, it feels like they're really trying to play that first and second man role and, just trying to let Tristan fill in the gaps, but not feel like he has to do too much. But you hope that over time, Tristan really starts feeling his place in this rotation and can really get things going. He's a top quality player individually. He just doesn't have that RLCS experience that comes with the territory, that game level speed that's just different when you get to this level. I think he's slowly getting there, and it's certainly been a little painful for eUnited along the way, but this is going to be another solid test for them for sure.
And I think that point about Tristan, it really does speak to a lot of what the expectation is for him, because he's at the top of the leaderboards and ranked for a few seasons. He's a high quality player in North America. He's on one of the best teams and one of the biggest dynasty teams in CRL, and it all adds up to his performance here on the RLCS stage. That's a big jump, no matter who you are. And I think we all knew that Tristan can do it, but it is about finding his spot here on this team. And we'll have to see. This is a huge game for not only him, but for eUnited.
And so far, he's actually been behind the ball quite a bit, especially his first man. He's been trying to keep the ball locked over in Adept territory. Adept, they've got a different set of players with their own stories, but Spider just consistently seems to be climbing up each notch on the ladder. I think Corelli, I don't remember if it was you I was talking with about Spider before, but he was one of those players that I know was making a lot of waves in six-mans a long time ago, and this is the second time now that he's getting a lot of great looks against RLCS caliber talent. Wonder Mike, another save for him, but the first 2 minutes largely hasn't really been one team truly in control over another, but finally a bump opens things up, and Spider, the one to punch it back in.
Well, you could start to see the eUnited defense get a bit spread with Wonder Mike and Ajax on the right side. Tristan, I think, got pushed out of the way as well. Opened up just enough space for Spider to slip through. And the first goal going in favor of Adept, as eUnited have to go back and lick their wounds here.
Oh, and they actually all get caught out. The gap in the rotation was found wide open by Pirates off of not really a special kickoff.
Oh,
Ajax got bumped, and it still would have been a stretch for him, even had he not gotten bumped.
He got bumped, but I think the real issue was Tristan got caught up on the back post. I'm not really sure exactly how he did, but he got tied around it, and it slowed him down from rotating into that front post. So a bit of a mistake there from him, but maybe earns one back, and he will. A shot on target, and Tristan's on the board, one back for eUnited.
Now the scoring, it took 2 minutes to open, but when it did, it opened with a flurry. Tristan picking up a nice hard shot, 112 kilometers per hour. Get a couple more of those out of Tristan, eUnited will be feeling pretty good. Oh, there's another laser. That one from Spider on the opposite team. Now another bouncing one that Ajax easily handles. And eUnited able to throw it back pretty quickly onto the orange half, but Adept, they'll enjoy this lead for as long as they can. Maybe even add to it here with Comms redirect, but Tristan backs it up over into the corner. Well, Wonder Mike and Ajax commit, but Ajax was still behind the ball. eUnited still got the better look here right up until that double commit, and that gave Pirates a little bit of space. Adept running into each other on the back end too, so they're going to be slow to follow this up. Where you could have took advantage of a double commit, ended up bumping your third man as second man, and Calm is just left here on the sidewall thinking that someone was going to challenge it, but a little confusion maybe on both sides trying to figure out the flow of this game. Spider sneaks in another one through the eUnited rotation.
Yeah, and eUnited, again, very spread out here. Tristan in the midfield, Wonder Mike and Ajax got tied up on the challenge. And eUnited's defense not looking very disciplined here in this game. Adept have been able to spread them out and expose that net. You've been calling it out, Jorby. It seems open quite a bit. And I think it's because Adept's doing such a good job of getting that defense to really open up for them.
Oh, Tristan got another look. Having to dive for another save. Wonder Mike also denied. eUnited want to keep the press going. And they can do that if Tristan can get back to this ball. He did, but Calm will throw it back out. eUnited will get nothing, and everybody has to retreat. Where you really wanted to see them kind of pressed. You thought they had the chance there after Tristan's 50, but the rotation's just a little too wide. eUnited not feeling that pressure of the 3-1 stint when they had an opportunity several times, I think, now to really put the press onto Adept, and instead it's Adept clearing the ball away again.
Time definitely becoming a factor here for eUnited, and they're not showing a lot of poise on the offensive side. That's a great pinch, though, as Spider was forced to go up, and maybe this is their opportunity. One to Mike, does have Ajax. Ajax over to Tristan. Shot is wide. Great setup, though, from eUnited. Unfortunately, just couldn't convert. Still putting on the pressure, and it's finally cleared away. But that's what you want from eUnited, finding that space and finding each other and set up for success.
And the one difficulty that's really been frustrating eUnited is, you know, that midfield game. Even though they get that push there, it all dies off that demo. Again, the rotation's just a little too wide. If Wonder Mike is first man, then a lot of times he's setting himself up to be the receiver on the pass, but there's no real thought after that in game one. That's kind of where a lot of their plays died. And on defense, there's a miscommunication of who should be where, because nobody has been ready for these Adept shots that went in. I mean, there were two where all three players of eUnited were on defense and they were rotating around, but two were going to get boost and the other one had just got done making a previous challenge. So eUnited definitely need to just reset their brains and, you know, get back into it. I just felt like they let too many easy ones slip in.
I agree. I think that the defense was very weak. There was a couple of goals, especially the one where I think Tristan got tied up on that net, or on the post, excuse me, on the gold line. That one was very savable if he had just not done that. So I feel like there were a couple mishaps here for eUnited. I do think the glaring issue for them is how successful Adept has been at spreading them out and boost starving them, and then having either isolated shots, meaning just one guy in front of the shot, or just not having anyone back. Adept have done a good job, and I think if you're on the Adept side of things, you got to be patting yourself on the back and saying, yeah, this was a very strong game one from us. I thought basically everything went well for them here.
And it's pretty big for Adept. If they make stage 2 here, that's a lot more they're going to get in terms of, you know, the quality of teams that they're going to face, more eUniteds and above in competition, and that's just going to help their rise as a squad. And they're going to have to struggle a little bit. Ajax wasn't quite able to find the mark, but they definitely got to keep their wits about them. eUnited can certainly swing things around pretty quickly if they can, you know, avoid some of these attempts to push them out of the rotation, steal their boost away. Right now having to play a little bit of defense as Spider gets behind the ball. Actually, on the flip reset, uses everything in the tank, but Tristan, the last man, will be able to make the save for eUnited.
And those are the types of plays where defenses have to be disciplined, and Tristan definitely was, to stay grounded and not jump thinking that maybe he had a better opportunity. It was almost better that that second man got beat by the second touch by Spider so that Tristan could read it more easily, having his teammate out of the way. So great discipline from Tristan to at least let that play develop, let his teammates go up and attempt something, and then make the save when he's called upon.
eUnited a little jumpy, but ball gets right back to him. Oh, and Adept put in a tough situation, but Calm will handily make the read. Oh, Wonder Mike is already in front off that challenge from Tristan, but he missed the shot. Tristan right behind it again. It's going to be high, but the rebound will be Calm's again. Tasked on defense a couple of times now, and may have to make another stop. Spider gonna try to clear this out against Tristan, but he wanted the boost and the ball. Rarely do you get both at this level. Spider will pop it up, force Ajax to clear it out again. So good defense by Adept, but mainly Calm on that last possession.
Good little move from Pirate. Bottom spells a little bit of space. I think he wanted to cut it back past that first defender. Couldn't make it work. One to Mike, though, has put on some good pressure for eUnited. Unfortunately, the shot just hasn't been on target so far. But he's done a good job of creating some dangerous chances for them, and I feel like a couple more and he might start converting for his team here.
Well, Adept were really playing the long ball in midfield on that last attempt. You had both Com and Pirates kind of sneaking around midfield. They know eUnited are trying to get that clear, the high clear off the backboard. They're ready to receive most of it. Adept have really slowly swung this their way. And Com consistently trying for those flip resets when he has just a little bit of space. He wants that option, really opens things up, forces defenders to think about what you're going to do. But Com, all he might have to do is win a 50 for Pirates. Oh no, he got that second touch that kicked it right out, and Spider was out. So Adept will have to try again, but possession has been difficult to find for eUnited, Corelli.
It's been difficult for possession, you're right, but I think, kind of a mid-game takeaway here for eUnited is you're realizing your defense is a lot more disciplined here in this game, doing a lot better job of getting the ball to clear out. The possession game after that is an issue, but I think the glaring fault in the last game was eUnited not staying with the play. And in this game, they're doing a much better job of that. Can they find something dangerous here? Ajax trying to carry it, unfortunately cut out. Tristan's there, shot off the post. Wonder Mike's there, and he puts it away. And finally, the opportunity comes for eUnited, and they put it home.
Oh, I think that the expectation was Tristan's shot was on net. Pirates, he had no boost, and he's thinking the only chance I have is just to flip forward and pray that I get the save. I don't think he expected Tristan to ever miss it. And so that opened up the space for Wonder Mike, and having 0 in the tank turns out to be the final thing that kills you on the defense for Adept.
Missed shots make the best passes. That's what I say, Jorby. And that's exactly what happened for Tristan. Now Ajax threatening Wonder Mike. Can't get to the ball, and Tristan forced to slow things down on the counter.
Now United trying to really take our advantage on position, if you will. When Ajax, he was just trying to get Com off the back wall there. It is tough to win those 50s when you're going to be last to the ball and Com is already there waiting for it. But I mean, for all of Adept's poise on offense, they have struggled to put shots on net. Regardless of how you felt about eUnited, they've registered double what Adept have put on, 4 to the 8. And Wonder Mike will clear out the next ball. Time now the worst enemy of Adept here in game 2. Another high ball that just gets sailed back to Adept's end, but they had a sail play of their own setup. But Com's touch was for nobody. They were given a gift, and Spider, he wanted to set up a passing play, but no pass was there. Now Pirates takes it off the ceiling. Com wasn't ready for it, and Wonder Mike will take it back. Spider picks it up again, has a second touch, but is a teammate there? Oh, Spider doing everything to get that ball to Pirates, but it didn't matter. eUnited scrambled onto the ball, and Wonder Mike kills it, and eUnited tie up the set.
And I think this is a much better game for eUnited, honestly. I think, to your point earlier, Jorby, in that first half of the game, eUnited did struggle to keep possession of the ball, but I think overall, the chances that came through were much more dangerous in this game. And to a bigger point, their defense was a lot better. And you were just mentioning the shots, and I think that kind of speaks for itself. 4 shots Adept was held to here in this game, where it felt like they had a lot more freedom in the last. United definitely made some changes. They felt a lot more consistent on defense, a lot more patient, weren't so panicky, and it paid off for them. They struggled in the shooting department as well a little bit, but they were able to put things away in the end, and a 1-0 victory is a win in my book. And for eUnited, that is huge for them after what has been a tough day for them.
Yeah, well, that's also why I don't think you sweat too much if you're Adept. The only goal eUnited were able to get was because you caught a starving player diving back for a save that he couldn't get to. So I think that those shooting issues, they can absolutely come back to bite you here in game 3, because Adept, regardless of how you felt about the offensive output, they still kept it close. And they can pop off at a moment's notice. They did in game 1. eUnited caught sleeping at all. The ball will be in the back of the net. Wonder Mike just looking for those holes, just trying to really force tough situations, and that was the toughest as Ajax puts it wide. What a shot.
Oh, this was so awkward for Pirates. I was wondering how he couldn't react to this shot. He's guarding that near post very tightly and left that back post wide open. He only had 12 boosts to work with. So a little misposition there from Pirates. And ultimately, that shot put away from good shot from Ajax to find the hole. And here comes Tristan.
Well, I don't think Pirates wants to be behind low boost in net situations. I don't think he wants to find himself there much more often, because that's twice now. The last 2 goals from eUnited came in those situations, and you know, it's only it is control. Your boost situation is highly controllable, but you know, you're also a victim of the situation at hand. Not all things are in your play, so just because you have low boost doesn't mean you're at fault. But once you start seeing a trend, you have to start wondering about boost management. But for now, things are okay for Adept so long as they can keep this scoreline, well, here or better.
I don't think you're too worried about, or if you're Adept. Like you said in the last game, it was a close one. Here we are, 1-0. One to Mike. Actually might have this one all the way if he can dunk Calm. It is cleared out, but Adept are generating some sort of chances, and they have had the better of the possession here through 2 games, it feels like. So for them, their chances will come. It's really about, do you convert?
But even keeping possession, like, it's great if you got the ball locked in the blue half, but when your second and third man are, you know, leaning more towards midfield than they are the attacking third, and you're not really generating any consistent pressure against eUnited, what good is possession if you don't do anything with it? I think that's really Adept's biggest problem, is that they keep trying for these solo plays and trying to force the ball into like a flip reset challenge to try to, you know, force the ball into an unwinnable position for eUnited, but it's not creative enough. There's not, you know, there's not enough multiplayer action happening in front of the box for Adept. At least these last, you know, 7 or so minutes in the match, eUnited have been able to, if it's just going to be 1v1s the whole time, I mean, eUnited are set here, I think. And
yeah,
the scoreline still really shows that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I don't know. I think it's pretty close if you were to go head to head with all 3 players, but...
Well, I'm just saying in this, like, from what we've seen and what they've given us, like, eUnited have won their 1v1s for the most part on, like, in the spot that it mattered, right there, where, you know, now Spider, he tries to go for that demo because they're feeling frustrated that they can't get through, but now look at this turnaround quickly. One to Mike, though, can't get around the ball, and now it's a 2v1 the other way. Spider's got to move quickly, though. Oh, he tried to fake out Tristan on the play. Didn't work. Pirates takes another one. Ajax quickly rounds up the ball and wins 2 crucial challenges back into Adept territory.
But again, eUnited doing something similar from the last game. Now with a lead, is they're getting more and more shots. 7 in their favor. Now make it 8 with Tristan's shot there. And now 9. So things are opening up for eUnited, and Adept only have 3 at the moment. See if Spider can put something on target. A couple demos come out, so that's some space opened up. But again, eUnited able to squeak out, even with 2 demos. That last man of eUnited are able to put it down the line.
Oh, but Adept are starting to get some sort of rhythm going if they can pick up a quick save and clear. But, you know, it's definitely a change up from earlier for Adept. They're finding those demos. It's shaking things up, and it doesn't really matter. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Pirates got the save with Wonder Mike looking down his throat.
Big save from Pirates, and that's the 6-1 for the team. They're feeling a lot of pressure, but they find themselves in the final third, and things have certainly picked up in pace. As we come almost to the end, and Calm's able to tie it up with 54 seconds left.
Finally, Adept find the back of the net after 9 minutes. Calm gets a great initial touch, which put Wonder Mike in the most awkward position that he could be in. That was an excellent solo effort in the corner by Calm, but everything that led up to it also had a huge factor. Adept finally finding that rhythm on offense and getting multiple players involved past the attacking third in front of the box. They've had to take some tough shots. Here's another one. Oh, Calm just missed it. He flipped under the ball, and it's in his net.
Great pickup here from Wonder Mike to get under Spider, and then Calm in and out save, and just under the ball, like you said. Ajax was picking his spot, but boy, was it close. Calm almost had it.
Adept getting caught out on a lot of eUnited counterattacks. You're talking about having to make some good defensive efforts. It's because of this quick eUnited counterattack, catching Adept getting a little too cozy on the midfield line. But yeah, 30 seconds left. Adept in the same situation they were last game.
I talked about it. Their chances will come, but now you really got to force your chances here if you're Adept, coming up on 10 seconds left.
They get the ball downfield, but now they have to wait for Ajax. Pirates is going to take him out of the play. Com keeps it close. Straight on the ball. Flip reset, but immediately on top of it was Tristan. And eUnited are put in prime position to qualify for stage 2.
Oh, that's so sad from Com. He was trying to get the flip reset. He had already used his second jump, and he just got too far under the ball. So he just basically bounces off of it instead of picking it up. He might have fooled the defense if he had gotten it. Unfortunate. It was a good attempt, though. He could have thrown off that last defender and create something, unfortunately. eUnited, or well, if you're an eUnited fan, fortunately, up 2-1 now as Adept couldn't get that last save. Com just barely missing it, and then, of course, on the ball there at the last second as well. But again, I feel like, Jorby, in this particular series and what we've seen, it does feel like Adept have the chances coming. The defense has been a lot better from eUnited. There's been less chances from Adept, but I think there have been some high quality ones as well. And I think on the other side of things, Adept's defense hasn't been as strong as of late, and eUnited have started to find a lot more success as well.
And that started happening, I think, when Adept tried to adapt to what eUnited were doing and blocking everything they were trying. They tried to, have those quicker passing plays or go for the demos. But Corelli, I think you pointed it out. 2 times now, Com has flipped under the ball when he should just be a little higher. So clearly, the only thing Adept need to do, Com, you just gotta flip a little early, just a tad early.
That might be.
That's the plan, Corelli. That's it. All your problems will be solved. It's world champs.
That is.
There you go.
That might be a little too granular, but it was very close for Com on a couple of those, and you really can't fault him. A good attempt on that save, and unfortunate there on that flip reset.
But I mean, think about it too. He gets that save, and then he actually. I'm telling you, man. No, but in all reality, Com, you definitely expect him to pick it back up and hit those the next time around. We'll see if he can clean it back up here in game number 4, but eUnited have certainly given him a lot to work with, Corelli.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't really think it was a horrible game from Adept. Yeah, they lost, of course, but I don't really think it was that bad of a game. It was very close. They gave up that early goal, which I think is what really hurt them, and now again they've given up an early one to Ajax.
Ajax picking up this ball, and on the defensive side, you have last man, Spider. You see Ajax coming around the side, and Spider's probably thinking, I can just grab that ball, play it to the corner. So he's just he's waiting until the last possible moment to hit it onto the back wall, and maybe he can do something else with it. But I don't think he knew how fast AJ got behind that ball and was a little surprised at the power that came out on top of it.
Plenty of time here for Adept. Really just got to make sure that this lead doesn't grow. Like you said in the last game, you either keep it as is or better. And that's a good opportunity from Spider, and unfortunately blocked away. Again, eUnited looking a little spread out here.
Ooh, and Wonder Mike just pitches it away. That's a nice move by Spider, but the touch wasn't what he wanted. Com loves going for that, and it looks pretty when you get it right, Com, but you really give a heart attack to your teammates.
Yeah.
Maybe me.
He's like, all right, Jorby, you want to see one? I'll give you one, Jorby.
I'm going to boom it down the field. He's going to go for one of these days, but it's off the post. Ajax is so frustrated. How is that ball not in the net? It banged off the post about 20 times, and Adepts get away with it. Why not?
Well, it came off the crossbar at the end, but I think it was saved off the post as well. Ooh. Tristan with a double tap and a 2-0 lead for eUnited.
Tristan, he had the space to do it. Com rotating back. The slow challenge from Pirates. And Com goes for it again. Not that time, buddy. And that time, Tristan put it in the right spot, right on the ground. Feels good to get one. Feels good to watch the CRL boy get one, Corelli. I'll call it out.
Hey, you got Shock, you got Tristan now. Big things happen for the CRL boys.
Good times. Ooh. eUnited also having a good time with the acrobatics in front of their net. And for all the trouble that Adept have been able to give them, this has been the major difference. And, that shot differential in the span of a game, it might not tell you the story, but over the span of a match, I think it definitely gives you an indicator of what has happened in this match, and that's Adept can't find an offense that works against eUnited. They can't outplay them in terms of that consistent aggression, that consistent pressure that we so often talk about. And they really struggle hanging on to the ball. While they have like moments of greatness and flashiness where they can make a splash play happen, this is where eUnited really have it over them. Like, rarely do they get caught in a 2v1 the other way, and then even then they're not punished. Spider, he banged it off the crossbar. Maybe they can make up for it, but Pirates is essentially just letting the ball lob back to Ajax.
And to your point, that was a goal that should have been scored. You had to punish, or you have to punish eUnited rather when that play develops, especially with the late challenge from eUnited. See if Spider could put something away. Calm was there to follow up, but a minute and a half left and your tournament could be over here if you're Adept. You got to find something with time left.
Spider couldn't quite find the timing on that shot. Now Calm lobs it up and hopes he can get back to net in time. Able to grab it one more. Adept, a third goal would surely be it. Well, you're gonna have to score, and you're gonna want to give yourself as much time as possible. eUnited are content sitting on this 2-goal lead, where Spider, that's not the touch you want. Wondermike has a shot and just threw it wide. He had to wrap around pretty quickly, but that was a big chance to punish.
A little move there from Spider to at least break out. Tristan's already up, doesn't make contact, so opportunity here for Calm with some space. Gets a flip, puts it off the back wall. Oh, Calm! What a shot!
Unbelievable! I take back every negative thing I said. 1, 2, 3, baby! Oh my God! The flip, reset, double tap. You're here for it every single time. I love this game.
Wow. Oh man, what a shot from Calm. I don't even know how to explain that one. It was a great flip reset.
That was
to
ridiculous.
Follow it up as well. My goodness. What a way to keep your team alive.
That was fun. Let's see if Adept can do it again. eUnited back on the back wall. And that can certainly get the endorphins running on a team, but they gotta find a way to capitalize it. But they can't hang on to this ball. eUnited are just frustrating them on their own half. There's an eUnited car behind every touch for Adept. There seems to be no way out. With 10 seconds left, they're gonna try, but Wondermike makes life more difficult. Tristan denied by Pirates. Calm is way too slow. The net is wide open. Tristan takes out Pirates, and that will do it. eUnited 3-1. Boom.
3-1 in the game, 3-1 in the series is what it's looking like. And you can have the great plays from Calm right at the end. Unfortunately, not enough. And eUnited are able to hang on, and well played from them. You know, I was a bit worried about eUnited after that first game, but boy, did they turn things around. I thought Tristan had a phenomenal series. Ajax looked good as well. Wondermike got a lot more involved in the last part of that series as well. Felt like eUnited adapted well here against Adept, and at the end of the day, get to move on.
Yeah, again, I feel like Adepts, it's like they're halfway there. They figured out, you know, they've gotten the consistent clears. They're able to win the ball in midfield. But then when it comes to consistent pressure on offense, I don't feel like they ever got a full read on eUnited. It felt like they weren't looking beyond the ball enough, and they were too focused on just trying to win the next challenge. And, you know, more times than not, you're going to find the ball sailing over your head in that kind of situation. But I definitely don't think that it's even close to the last that we'll be seeing of Adept. They played a really close set against eUnited. I think the pieces are there, and I think the idea is good. I think they just need more, and they just need more time is my thought on Adept. But we're going to throw it back to the desk to close out the day and look at the 8 teams that made it to stage 2. Leaf, Gibbs, take it back.